Welcome back. The 60 negative emotion row 5. Blaming. I see blaming a lot in partnership with humiliation. It's like someone blaming, then the other person feeling humiliation. Blaming affects the sacral massively. It's the sense of not taking responsibility. It's very subconscious. It's like what's happening in my life, it's always the problem outside, right? I'm not taking 100% responsibility for what's happening. Every tiny detail, I manifested that because I am 100% the creator of my living matrix. So when we are feeling blaming, it's the sense of not understanding that I'm not fully the creator. It's not about like, okay, there's a conflict that happened and it's the fault 50-50. It is always 100% my fault for what happened because I created this. I created my own living matrix to reflect what I need to work on. So if I take full responsibility, then maybe it's going to have a domino effect on the other person. And this person takes full 100% responsibility. Then that's when we live in a beautiful world, right? But it doesn't need to happen for them. We just need to really do it for ourselves. That's the only thing that matters. Dread is the fear of the future, massively affecting the kidneys, making the kidneys underactive. It's the sense of living in fear, right? And that something bad is going to happen, living in negativity, in darkness, watching maybe too much drama series or movies or the news. It's being stuck in this physical reality that is brainwashing us with fear. Fear is living that negative vibration in the moment, massively affecting the kidneys, the sacral. And I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what? Right? I'm afraid of darkness. I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid of being hurt. I'm afraid of old age. But fear is this physical reality, right? It's when we live in fear, it's I feel contracted. I feel I'm only this physical aspect of myself. I forgot that I'm more, that I'm the soul. I am multiple archetypes. I am the body. I am the ego. I am the mind. I am also the higher self, the spirit guide. I'm God, right? All that. So, like the beings that are living in fear, deep fears are the beings in the dark side, and the ones that are in between at level 200, not being sure like where they go, more in the dark side, more in the light. They didn't start their polarization process. Well, it's the reality of this whole world right now, right? Because we've been brainwashed in fears. Because when we emit that fear, we emit those negative vibrations, and dark beings can start living out of those energies. They feed themselves. It's their food, right? They feed themselves out of that. So that's why they want to keep everyone in fear. So if we're living this fear, it's like we're giving our power away. We're giving our life force away to those dark beings. So we need to make sure that we are doing the inner works. We are realigning with ourselves. We are centered in the heart. We are in communion with God, with our higher self and the soul. Horror is a bit similar. It's being horrified by this maybe dark side, this traumatic event. But somehow it's a lack of acceptance of the polarity of the universe, of the deep dark side, that yes, it is possible for a being to be not able to feel anything, right? Being so rigid, so stiff, so close, so contracted that hurting somebody, killing somebody, it wouldn't affect anything because it's not feeling those negative vibrations in the body, right? It's only like matter. And we need to accept that darkness inside of us, that yes, it is there. We don't need to escape from it. It is always present. And once we start accepting our deep dark side, we can start accepting this dark side outside in this physical reality. Conflict is really like a lack of understanding between two parties. So each party is having their own reality on how they see life. They're creating their own stories in their mind, their own interpretation of something that happened. But the same event, can be interpreted in two different ways, right? From two different levels of consciousness, two different levels of understanding. So what happened is, like, if we have two persons with two levels of understanding, different level of consciousness, then it creates conflict. There's no clear communication being understood, being processed. So it's like the conflict is not about really two persons. It's really about trying to find a middle ground with a third party, which is the problem, which is the conflict. And slowly, it's like we build conscious relationship where one is expressing, the other one is actively listening. And then we do the opposite. And then we slowly build up understanding between the two to close the gap. And then almost like fight this middle ground problem. It's not two persons between each other. It's two persons that needs to work together against the problem. Creative insecurity affecting the sacral is this insecurity about the creation process, the life force that is stored in the sacral. So disconnection from the sacral through creating a life, creating our own matrix, creating through art, through project, through any type of channel, through expressing our sense of identity, creating in the quantum field. So it's a lack of acceptance of our inner power, that we are God creating our own living matrix. Most of the time happen in the childhood, like maybe we were at the school painting something and then we thought it was good and someone told us like it was bad and we started comparing each other. So it can be very subtle like this, and then it's just a pattern that builds up. Unsupported, it's affecting the solar plexus. It's really like feeling alone in our process, being stuck of like needing other humans to support our creation process, our expansion. So it's not being able to ask properly for our needs, ask for our love languages, ask for help, ask also within, right? Asking the soul, asking the higher self. And it's being stuck in that physical reality of feeling a bit alone. That's it for row 5. Thank you.